Gavin, a very warm welcome to Enfield Town Football Club. We're absolutely delighted to have you. What are your feelings upon taking the job?
Yeah, look, I'm obviously really excited. It's a word that probably gets used so much in football, especially with managers. But you know, I've stepped away from a club that I've had a long association with, and that wasn't an easy thing to do. And if I'm honest, you know, I've said it all along. I didn't really know how whether the phone would actually ring. I didn't apply for anything. I didn't send my CV out. You just hope people maybe recognise, you know, what you're about, and maybe in some respects what you've achieved. And we wait and see. So this is a club that I'm quite familiar with because I don't live that far away, and it's a club that we've been to many times, usually on the wrong end of the result, if I'm honest, especially here. And you know, when I came here and I spoke to the guys from the board, chairman, I just got a feel for it. That was really important for me. I didn't, you know, I had several calls, and for me it was all about coming, meeting, and just getting a feel for the place and understanding whether same sort of values and same sort of things that I wanted. And I felt that Enfield were an absolutely perfect fit for that. So I'm really pleased to be here, and you know, we'll be looking forward to getting going and hopefully a successful season.
Fantastic, indeed. Yourself and John have spent a considerable number of years together at Metropolitan, and as you say, you would have sort of come up against us both sort of when the FA Trophy a couple of years back, and I know John sort of when he was with the Met as a player as well. Did you pick up sort of any impressions of the club from them?
Yeah, I think the last impression I got was that the crowd behind the goal helped you get a penalty that never was, but I suppose I'll get over that. I'll get over that in the FA Trophy. Listen, it's a really good club, and you know, there's scope for support here. You know, obviously if the club's doing really well, I understand that works in football, especially at non-league levels. You tend to get people through the gate. You tend to get people through the gate with exciting football and winning football, and you know, we're really looking to achieve that. And John's a great guy. Like you say, he's been with me a little while, and he's a genuine guy. We sit with the same sort of values and same sort of aims, and to step away from the Met wasn't easy. So Enfield really fits the criteria for both of us.
You bring with you a very sort of respectable reputation, I suppose, for having blooded younger players and moulding some highly competitive squads. Is that certainly something you're aiming to continue?
I think there's always a balance to be had, and it is a passion of mine that players always start somewhere. They've always got to be given a chance somewhere, and you know, we had a very good track record at the Met of being able to bring players through, which actually translated to players being sold on. I've said this before though, you know, it's not all down to me. You know, you've got to have a network below you that actually is working in tandem, and some of the people that have worked with those young players have been worth their weight in gold. From my point of view, it's whether I've got the bottle to put them in or not, is basically where we are. And of course I've done that, and we've done that pretty successfully, and we've seen players move into the programme. So I don't mind having that reputation, if I'm honest, but actually there's a balance to be had, because I might look at games and look at some of the playoff games that we've been involved in, and maybe think that we haven't got ourselves over the line. I'm talking about the Met, of course, because maybe we didn't quite have enough experience on the park. So you know, we're going to try and see if we can meet that balance, and try and look at what's within this football club. First of all, obviously, you know, it'd be easy for me to look at bringing players over from the Met possibly, but I think it's important for us to look within, certainly within the first team environment, and certainly obviously what Ian Hart might have coming through in respect of the youngsters. And I think that's really important, because for me, they're the soul of the football club. You know, they're not here with an aim of money or anything like that. They're looking at that football pitch out there and thinking, do you know what, that's where I want to be, and I want to be playing at Eastern Premier level. And for me, that's really important. Getting the balance right is equally important, and that's what we'll try and do.
And from a personal point of view, you must take a lot of pride in your own sort of managerial record, as you say, sort of playoff success, and sort of incredibly unlucky during the Super Playoff, and a recent Surrey Senior Cup to add to that. It's not a bad record.
It's not bad. Yeah, I can rightly be proud of it. You know, and as you say, you know, we had to play in the Super Playoff, which we knew about. It wasn't thrown at us at the last minute, and unfortunately came up short against Tonbridge in extra time for going to step 2. I mean, when we looked at that season as a whole, it was magnificent. You know, we reached the first round of the FA Cup and the telly coverage. We won the Surrey Senior Cup that season and won the playoffs effectively for the Southern League. And last season with the playoffs and this season with the Surrey Senior Cup, so I think we can be rightly proud of it. But my aim is to go one better. My aim is to go step 2 and try and get the club there. And you know, I looked at it and thought, I've done all I can with the Met. I think I've taken it as far as I can. I'm rightly proud of that. I'm rightly proud of the record. But the aim, you know, whether it's this season or whether it's a longer term thing, is to get this club to step 2. That's it.
So what kind of team should supporters ideally expect from Gavin Macpherson's Enfield Town?
A fit one. You know, we prided ourselves on having a fit side. Something that we worked hard at right from the off, if I'm honest. But you know, it's traditionally been a very much an attacking side, very much the team that scores goals, and very much the team that entertains. You know, some entertaining good footballers that we've got. So I won't put any dispersions on sort of, you know, what systems we're going to play and how we're going to play. That largely is dictated by players that you've got at this level. If we can mould it, then we'll mould it. We'll mould it into what we think suits us as a management team. But I've certainly got a management team that can adapt and go, right, okay, that's what we think we are. So let's adapt to that system, and we've done that successfully each season that we've been in charge. So you know, I see no difference here.